See, I seen your stuff on social media, boy, I know what you do, but you do it for play. If you do it for real.
See, I seen your stuff via virtual entertainment, kid. I know you what you do yet. You do it for play, assuming that you do it for genuine here. It is Kevin Bringers anyway you need. And since you're not a mannequin, don't carry no white individuals with you then. That is a $5 million wagered. Separately, you can take it all. My disappointment with Feline Williams comes from you continue to point at Hollywood this, the white man this and this. When do you get a sense of ownership with your activities, Feline? Williams, as of late, talked about going toward Kevin Hart in a comedic versus fight. Yet, he doesn't think the ride-along entertainer would be a lot of rivalry. Feline has forever have glaring misgivings about Hart. Let his fans know that the interesting man is a Hollywood mannequin and effectively controlled, and he should be correct. Thinking about the thing has been occurring in the Hart family of late. During a past radio meeting with person Nicole Feline Williams expressed that refrains started from him. I began sections. Williams said the very first refrains advanced was Steve Harvey versus Feline Williams. It was the underground rulers of parody stanzas, so we don't have to inquire as to whether I would have any revenue in things that I was the originator of comedically beefing is my path. The Friday after next entertainer then recorded his extended resume, which incorporated various visits, film jobs, and TV appearances. He likewise said that Richard Pryor would have been his main genuine rivalry up. Covering that ongoing humorous are only a joke Hart incorporated. It's practically cheating for me. I have more than 10 specials, Williams said. I don't need to pick yet 2 jokes from every unique, and I've as of now deaded anybody whose last name isn't earlier. At any rate, we would rather not add 52 motion pictures. We unquestionably don't have any desire to add 11 specials. We positively don't have any desire to add 49 TV appearances. We would rather not add an Emmy. It's very nearly a fight. We can't actually stand to be in it. Presumably don't coordinate the manner in which you think it coordinate yet. Only a year sooner, Hart went off on Williams advising him to quit faulting Hollywood for his concerns after Williams discharged shots at Tiffany Cap during an appearance on V100. Three's Honest and Wanda show back in 2020 when he guaranteed individual comic and entertainer Tiffany Haddish was just fruitful in light of the fact that she needs to lay down with a white man, alluding to her crush on Brad Pitt. Hart took to Abaddon's protection. My disappointment where Feline Williams comes from. You continue to point at Hollywood this, the white man this and this. When do you assume a sense of ownership with your activities? The comic not just tended to Williams at the premiere night of the Metropolitan World Film Celebration in New York City, yet in addition proceeded with his guard on the Morning Meal Club. A day after the fact, Hart guaranteed that Williams, who as of late procured an Emmy grant for site or featuring on Atlanta, turned into a gamble to studios when he started to enjoy drugs as opposed to zeroing in on work, adding that the comic requirements to fix himself prior to attempting to return into the business. You were positioned to be the star, you didn't appear for work, Hart contended. And the Philadelphia-bred comic didn't stop there. The night school star yelled out the ladies in the business who have really buckled down for their positions, yet provoked Williams to utilize his foundation to help up-and-coming ability. Have you at any point utilized your foundation to bring individuals under you up? Hart asked. You haven't, so in light of the fact that you haven't, so in on the individuals who presently are notwithstanding Hart's hard safeguard of Haddish, it appeared Williams and Haddish have proactively figured things out at the Emmys that very year. The two were captured together yet. That doesn't mean Hart and Feline are cool. No, they aren't anyway, not normal for Williams. Hart has been in the titles of late for every one of some unacceptable reasons. On the off chance that you haven't heard, Hart is making a legitimate move over tricking charges made by a previous colleague in a meeting with YouTuber Tasha. Hart's objection documented in the Los Angeles Pryor court focuses on a web-based interview between his previous individual collaborator Misha Shakes and Latasha KB, otherwise known as Tasha K, both named as litigants in the claim. Shakes worked for Hart's organization from August 2017 to October 2020, as per the grievance distributed on Tasha's Instagram account and YouTube station Loosen Up with Tasha K on December 26. The meeting incorporates claims from Shakes that Hart, 44, had an unsanctioned romance at his office. She additionally guarantees she told Hart's better half no, he was betraying her and that the comic had a betting issue. A review from the discussion was inscribed the meeting that Kevin Hart won't wish ever came out. Hart scrummed. Laying cases, Tasha requested cash, taking steps to deliver the sensation interview. In the event that he didn't pay in November, the report asserts somebody partnered with Tasha reached a delegate of hair, illuminating them that the meeting that would be harming to Hart's standing had been recorded. The individual expressed that Tasha would distribute the meeting except if Hart paid a payoff of $250,000. Hart reached the police and gave an order to stop all activities to the YouTuber, asking that she not distribute the meeting. As per the claim, it referred to the NDA among Shakes and Hart, and that posting the meeting would comprise purposeful obstruction with legally binding relations beside abusing the NDA. The meeting, as per Hart's protest, included misleading and disparaging proclamations. In regards to Hart and certain lawful questions in which he had been involved, the claim added that Shakes offered expressions that were misleading, including that Hart recorded a video of a Sue experience and that he had to deal with criminal penalties in regards to that alleged episode. Hart is suing all respondents for common coercion, intrusion of security, and public revelation of private realities. Furthermore, he's suing Shakes for break of agreement and maligning and Tasha for purposeful impedance with legally binding relations. KB has a laid-out history of posting disparaging and generally ill-advised content in regards to VIPs, expresses Hart's claim. The questioner has likewise experienced harsh criticism for circulating claims concerning Will Smith and Dwayne Martin, which Smith and his better half Jada Pinkett Smith freely denied. Jada recently showed they would be making a legitimate move over the provocative meeting in 2022. Artist Cardi B won a liable body of evidence against YouTuber, whom the rapper blamed for making malevolent cases against her. Hair shares little girl Paradise 18 and child Hendrick 16 with XT Hart in the wake of separating T. In 2011, the honor-winning entertainer wedded spouse Hart, and they share a child Kenzo 6 and a girl Cal 3. The Jumanji entertainer released an open acknowledgement in 2017 after he betrayed Eno while she was 8 months pregnant with their most memorable kid at the time. He tended to the ensuing blackmail endeavors that occurred and how his significant other considered him responsible in his Netflix narrative series Don't F It Up. Hart focused on revamping his marriage with Eno after the conning embarrassment, calling it the least snapshot of my life. Yet Feline Williams is having absolutely no part of that, assuming anything solidify. Williams have never been on the best of conditions. As a matter of fact, any opportunity of a compromise or joint effort is by all accounts over because of the way Williams ethered Hart in his satire Misfortune in 2016. During an Atlanta stop on his Paranoid Idea visit, Williams got down on Hart for being a Hollywood mannequin. I've previously demonstrated that in the event that the best they got in satire is K. Evan Hart. Don't you boo a person of color really buckling down child regardless of whether that a mannequin, it's not his shortcoming. We don't lash out. He blustered on the grounds that I'm superior to a few dark fellows means I'm worse than no dark fellows. I'm saying to be distraught at Kermit the Frog. Don't be distraught at Kermit the Front, be distraught at Jim Henson. Don't say F Donald Duck when you truly mean F Walt Disney. He proceeded with, I couldn't care less about any whatever happens to Kevin. In Hart, I hope everything turns out great for him. I realize that someone's hand stood up that child, you comprehend, gracious. We're a mannequin show mistake. If it's not too much trouble, accept it. You're taking a gander at the main end. That ain't Williams didn't stop there. He proceeded to toast conceal at Hart's prosperity. So since I've currently formally demonstrated to myself that I truly am who Richard earlier passed his light to, and that I had the option to do it without allowing a man to suck my E or sucking a man's D, he said. I strolled in with a virgin, a opening I left with a virgin. Oh, opening I got the very soul today that I had when I pimped accounts the entire way to the furthest limit of pimp accounts. So obviously there is something Hart isn't telling the world yet. Feline William has proactively chosen to blow the smoke. His relationship outrages and him being a watchman are not by any means the only contentions Hart has looked as of late. The comics contention from 2018 keeps on overwhelming the titles. Subsequent to being declared as the host of the 2019 Institute grants, Hart freely ventured down from the gig when a progression of his old homophobic tweets re-emerged. Hart has since attempted to resolve the issue in a progression of articulations, appearances, posts, and, surprisingly, A Netflix docuseries and a significant number of his moves have just stoked the fire further. So, what precisely happened? The tweets that started off this public discussion are from almost 10 years. Hours prior, when Hart made various jokes throughout 2 years on his Twitter page about LGBTQ individuals, some were pointed around his viewpoints about how he would respond to possibly having a gay child, wherein the comic said he would break a dollhouse over his head, assuming he saw him playing with it. They additionally incorporated the entertainer calling an individual's profile picture a gay bulletin for helps. The jokes didn't be ignored at that point, yet would turn into a lot more pressing issue. For the star in the years to come as his public profile and film industry bid expanded dramatically. Hart's jokes were not just restricted to a couple of remarks on Twitter. A portion of his initial stand-up material contained homophobic jokes, remembering his breakout 2010 parody Unique. Truly amusing for the exceptional, the comic continue read one of